A lone silhouette practices martial arts in a window's dim glow. A determined young man drives a glowing fist forward at blistering speed. Sheng punches the air, focused, finishing his 200th repetition. He explains how training and breath control awakened a new power, urging everyone to work harder. The room trembles as dark waves of energy ripple around Sheng. Starving and drained, he clutches his stomach. He's never felt hunger like this. He weighs how to pay for proper nutrition, and a scholarship comes to mind. With resolve in his eyes, he decides it's time to show what he can do. A sleek sports gym sits under clear blue skies, ready for anyone chasing strength. In the locker room, Sheng changes quietly while another athlete warms up nearby. He slips off his shirt, showing a carved physique. A classmate blurts out praise for his abs. A stunned friend reaches to prod him, but Sheng calmly blocks the hand. He rakes his fingers through his hair and decides he needs a haircut. Relaxed, he tells the teaser to focus on the upcoming exams. Hearing the cheers, he steps forward, a perfect chance to prove himself. Sheng stands composed at the center of the group, inside the gym. The instructor announces they'll review the basic combat techniques from class. Students whisper about Mr., awed by his battlefield scars and reputation. Sheng critiques a seated student's form, certain his dream-forged skills are sharper. He whips out a clean, powerful kick at an unseen target. The coach calls the session to a stop. The instructor calls Yang up to demonstrate and steps forward without hesitation. Impressed by strength, Sheng asks to spar as strolls past the others. A blue-haired student teases a pink-haired one. Watching, Sheng bristles at the constant showboating. A flashy blonde makes a grand gesture, while others murmur about his wealth and vitality. Sheng catches the incoming punch and declares he'll beat favoritism with sheer effort. He blocks the follow-up strike with tight, controlled defense. The trainer praises Sheng's form, but points out his balance still needs work. He turns, surprised, trying to find what drew his attention. The instructor invites anyone to spar with Yang, and the room stirs. A student scoffs about who could possibly challenge him. Sheng listens without a word. Frustrated, Sheng thinks their lack of drive makes teaching pointless. He faces the crowd as the narration reflects on hardship and favoritism along the military path. He announces he'll show them what real strength looks like today. His intense gaze hints at grueling training no one else has endured. Startled but steady, the instructor gestures for Sheng to step up and take his stance. Sheng reassures the other person, mentioning his long training as he flexes with confidence. The instructor reminds him, 10-minute limit, safety first, remember the lessons. Sheng steadies his breathing, ready for the test ahead. He looks off into the distance, already planning his next move. A doctor asks about Sheng's last result, intrigued by his calm vitality 0.802. Sheng readies himself for the bout, reminding himself technique matters as much as power. An instructor warns him not to brace a fall with his hands to avoid injury. He squares up, guarding his vitals and signaling that he's ready. A swift opponent throws a hard punch. Sheng stays calm, poised to respond. He deflects the strike, recalling advice about distance and balance between offense and defense. He surges forward with fierce resolve as the match is called for the stronger fighter. A shadowy opponent taunts him. Sheng answers with a heavy punch. His fist lands squarely, sending the opponent flying. With one punch, Sheng knocks Yang back through the air. He freezes, stunned that the fight ended in a single blow. A furious authority figure orders someone to fetch the teacher. Sheng responds immediately. A medic straps Yang onto a stretcher, urging everyone to move fast. Teacher approaches the unconscious student while Sheng watches, anxious. Sheng apologizes, ashamed he couldn't rein in his strength. His hard stare shows he's replaying every moment in his head. Teacher stays calm, saying injuries happen, and invites him to talk in the office. The onlookers gape, whispering that Sheng dropped Yang with one punch. Sheng walks toward the far end of the gym, focused. He follows the older man through the doorway. In the office, he approaches a glowing robot guard standing watch. He spots a large bonsai and remarks on teacher's unexpected hobby. With a smug smile, the man says everyone has secrets, even harmless ones. Sheng fires back with a pointed question, eyes steady. The narration notes Sheng's astonishing vitality as he stands in the glow. Sheng reminds teacher of the assessment figure mentioned last time. Wary, he warns that using drugs to boost vitality is forbidden and punished harshly. He denies it flatly. He's never touched illegal substances. He prepares a glowing orb, explaining that drug use would make the readings unstable. The masked evaluator says they'll test his combat strength, and Sheng agrees. Curious, Sheng reaches toward the glowing orb. Energy bursts from him toward a defiant foe locked in a confrontational stance. Sheng stares at the result, unable to believe the vitality score is only 1.5. A screen displays his new martial artist rank, and Sheng can't hide his pride. A silhouetted figure gestures at the hologram, claiming even White Lake City has never seen a genius like him. A chair suddenly explodes. Sheng jerks back, demanding to know what just happened. Panicking, he yanks up the treasured, prideful pine, sending teacher into a fit. Amid the shattered wall, Sheng's raw strength leaves the stunned onlooker holding the plant speechless. He crashes through the wall as someone realizes he's already beyond a rank 1 martial artist. Clutching the glowing device, Sheng tenses as a stern voice announces the test has begun. Startled, he listens to cryptic remarks about the bonsai. Sheng asks when his last assessment took place. The man reacts in shock. The incident was only half a month ago. A probing official presses him about the leap in progress, suspecting noble blood or a great master. Sheng grins and says he's ordinary, no clan, no grand mentor. A high-tech device crackles as the speaker implies the real reason for his boost will stay hidden. Sheng leans over the desk, reflecting on how fast he's advanced. Under a burning sky, he ponders a truth he learned only after stepping onto the battlefield. A colossal monster charges fleeing humans as someone admits mankind can't beat such creatures. Sheng crouches in the rubble as an explosion shakes the ruins. Among powerful warriors, Sheng stands wrapped in a glowing aura, the kind of strength needed to face the incomprehensible. He exhales and sinks into a chair, saying he finally understands. An unseen speaker praises his results and suggests the gifted class for deeper guidance. Sheng declines, saying his current class suits him and dreams let him progress faster. The speaker assures him the school will help with any cultivation obstacles. Sheng asks for a scholarship and a flexible timetable. A mysterious figure offers Sheng a card, telling him to repay when he's able. He accepts teacher's black card, realizing it's far more valuable than a normal scholarship. At a table, an excited man mutters about hiding Sheng's potential until the national exams. Sheng hurries to report the discovery to his superiors, someone who might reach a crucial destination. An ornate bottle sits in an open box as someone praises Sheng's sharp eye. A salesperson touts the tonic's benefits for female martial artists, and the customer agrees to buy it. On a busy street, Sheng thinks about improving his life and the weight of family expectations. He boasts to a skeptical friend about leading a winning gaming streak. Sheng floats in a massive water tank, longing for the martial world while feeling trapped. Bathed in light, he bursts from the water, determination reignited. Against the city skyline, Sheng stands firm. He won't make the wrong choice this time. He looks up in shock as a thunderous noise erupts overhead. Sheng realizes he's absorbed countless battle memories, shattering his bottleneck in fist techniques. He clenches his fist, wondering if finding one's true nature is the epiphany his teacher meant. Scenario C, at sunset, Sheng walks the street with shopping bags, thinking over his progress. Carrying the bags, he vows to grow stronger for his family and fight for what he wants. Sheng screams at an unseen foe, red-lit eyes cutting through the dark. He deflects the monster's furious strike with unwavering resolve. Pain tears through him, and he clutches his head in agony. He drives a brutal punch into the creature. Sheng studies the dead zombie, noting it retained martial arts skill even in death. He sees no monsters nearby, yet the zombie's memory points to a base wrapped in black mist. The monster lunges, forcing Sheng to retreat. Sheng lunges back in with fierce intent. He stares at the glowing motes, puzzled by their sudden appearance. From the cliff's edge, Sheng watches the sprawling futuristic city below, resolve hardening. He scrambles up the rocky cliff as water splashes around him. He marvels at the towering city walls. How can something this grand be just a base? He lets out a nervous laugh, thinking even two behemoth monsters wouldn't surprise him now. He studies the vast, fractured chasm with a pensive look. Panting, Sheng climbs the steep path toward a distant tower. He examines the massive wall, imagining the battle that once toppled it. He spots an unusual structure and wonders if it's a military base or a command center. He notices a damaged building leaking eerie blue energy. An alert young man inspects a glowing chamber, wondering what it is. Sheng kneels, eyes glowing, watching the scene with wary focus. A violent surge of energy erupts, flooding the air with power. He recoils in shock, eyes wide as the event unfolds. After a moment's thought, he decides the options aren't worth pursuing. He slides down a wooden structure, heading toward the city's lights. He drops to the ground, shaken, asking what terrifying force looms above. Cautious, Sheng decides he isn't ready to explore the distant city yet. He scans the rocky slope. The zombies below don't seem very threatening. Wounded but stubborn, Sheng trudges through debris as weary companions trail behind. A sharp-toothed man screams in rage at his opponent. Sheng unleashes a crushing energy wave, slamming the stunned man into a wall. He crouches on a ledge, watching the scene below with care. He inspects the ruined apartment ordinary, with no zombies in sight. He picks up a spoon, wondering if ordinary people have any chance against the black mist. Sheng stands in the wrecked room, intrigued by the glowing particles around him. He activates the device, startled as a hologram welcomes him to technology. He asks how the hologram can possibly speak his language. Sheng, surprised and curious, questions the reality of the glowing holographic figure speaking his language.